So today we are celebrating the Inventure culture, the Inventure way of teaching and learning, and the Inventure spirit, where students are provided varied opportunities throughout the year to explore what their true passion is and how they want to share it with the world.
I think what Inventure gives is a balance of extracurriculars and normal activities. That's their vision, and that's our purpose as students, is to be able to excel in multiple fields. And I think celebration of learning is basically a celebration of managing our time and working towards goals with a lot of dedication and hard work.
Community outreach programs at Inventure Academy are designed to experience what lies beyond the bubble. Today, our students are going to be sharing what they did throughout the year through these social impact projects and what they took back with them.
You've got it all here, folks. You've got a range of project areas to work on, to choose from. You've got amazing facilitators who are here to hold you accountable, to facilitate your learning, to ensure that you're developing socially, emotionally, as well as cognitively. And really, the opportunities are limitless. Make the best of it. Carpe diem.
Now, we are a group of 50 students from grade 9 onwards working towards breaking gender inequality within our society.
We're celebrating learning. So this is a celebration of learning, and we are showcasing all the wonderful effort that has been put across by all our children, during the beyond academics time that we give them to explore an area of their interest.
This is not regular school, this is not a regular presentation. But yeah, I think it works because I think the kids own what they do, and that's very evident from what they do.
In recent years, we have seen a rapid evolution of technology, from ChatGPT to Sixth Sense technology. However, the fundamental skill behind these tools is still coding.
Carpe Diem Chronicles actually reflects the voice and choice of our entire student community. It's what I would like to call, it's the pulse of Inventure and the pulse of the student community at Inventure. So we have this group of really talented students, who are writers, who are editors, who are designers. They come together for a few months and they put out this really incredible piece of work, which is a magazine.
In a lot of our magazines, we had to interview other students and other really talented people who had just done things. So we obviously learned just how to fine-tune, how to ask specific questions, how to organize all our content in like a way that people will be attracted to read. So it's definitely about making your writing skills much better. And also you just kind of bond with your peers because you bond over intellectual topics that you don't really talk about on an everyday basis.
I was a designer for both of the issues that we did. I think one of the main things I learned was how to be patient and how to incorporate feedback a lot better. So I took the learnings from the first issue that we did, so things that I did wrong or things that could have been improved, and I tried to work on that in the second issue. So I think I learned a lot about teamwork and how to be patient with others and how to incorporate feedback.
Honestly, just a worldview, because the topics that we spoke about go from movies to sitcom evolutions to Ukraine wars and all of that. So it's really just expanding your worldview, and I think readers will actually take that away from this time's newsletter because we all worked really hard on it and we're extremely proud of where it's led.
So this year, I've had the opportunity to mentor some children from grade 11 who've been part of the BA Pod Changemaker Challenge. And what they've identified is diverse areas like financial literacy for underprivileged children, how to help women who carry water in rural areas over long distances. We've had a team who explored a platform, create a digital platform for musicians to come together and share their talent. And it's also a safe space for them to fearlessly explore their talent. We also had one more team who wanted to work on sustainable potters, so replacing plastic potters that are just one use and throw away kind of thing by cocoa pit potters, which can be directly immersed into the ceramic potters.
Learning at Inventure is really exciting and it's unique because unlike other schools that are mainly focused on like bookish learning and just classroom, Inventure gives us so many of these opportunities to learn in practical scenarios through extracurriculars. They give us different activities and different methods of learning as well. So it's a lot more well-rounded compared to just your regular sitting in the classroom and studying through a textbook.
Immense joy. And also, I think slowly at Inventure, we've started looking at things in a more interdisciplinary way. And I think I've also realized that it's just not the science that we teach, but the various scientific methods and the approach that we teach the children. Because they look at things, they identify problems, they hypothesize something, and they're able to test it, they're able to prototype it, they're able to see the market value of it, and then they're able to see how they can sustain their idea. So it's just not an idea and a showcase, it's about how they actually go, sustain it, and create a change that makes a difference to the world around them.
I think I'm really excited by the passion that the students seem to have on topics which are so beyond the regular day-to-day life, whether it be photography or community outreach. I love the fact that they've taken inspiration and done such wonderful art, for example. So I think it's very much needed in today's day and time that students are developing this kind of personality and outlook and imagination, and I love seeing the evidence of that.
This is a collaboration between ISPF, Ramgandanahalli Government School and Inventure. And so we had 8 hands-on experiments. I've learned that a hunger to learn is really important in a classroom setup.
The community outreach programs at senior school are aimed to involve senior school students into educational programs designed for children at the neighboring government schools. We had 6 programs designed such way, and these are all keeping in mind the needs of the learners.
I just hope that the kids were helping just understand the topics better and gain an interest in the subject.
Students have come back to me to share how they, for the first time in life, felt responsible for another child. They felt responsible for another child's learning. That made them prepare and plan their lesson plans in advance and practice them before they reach school. Other set of students have developed confidence which they lacked. They just realized that they needed to speak up. They needed to throw their voice to reach somebody. I'm seeing some of the students who have strengthened their planning abilities. They have started to critically look at what my audience is thinking and saying. So they come back, reflect on that feedback and work upon it.
I hope we can make an impact on these kids' lives. I understand that some of the stuff we're doing are very small, but even with that small things, I hope they realize that there are people there who are willing to help them.
I love the community outreach work. I think that's super important, and I love the fact that kids seem to have a high degree of social responsibility.
35% of government schools are underfunded in the science departments, and most of them don't have a lab. So we aim to create a lab out of basic common materials.
I think what I really liked was the 11th graders teaching the 9th graders. So it's not a very teacher-student sort of a led thing, but it's more a peer learning. So that's really nice.
We teach them science through experiments, and this greatly benefits kinesthetic learners who otherwise wouldn't have access to these materials.
The learnings, like I said, are very deep, and in some way all of them seem to connect to the larger community issues, the community context, which is so critical in today's world. For example, I spent a lot of time at the Debate and Dialogue Club, and just the sheer depth of knowledge and their ability to connect the dots as to how they fit into the entire ecosystem. I think that's so important.
I think the youth today is a completely new generation. They have so many views about how to change the world. We all want to be change makers. But one of the most important steps in that is to be able to communicate your points and your perspectives effectively. And debate allows you to really be powerful in the way that you communicate. You're able to convince others to side with you and make a larger change on a much larger scale, because there's so many people who are willing to collaborate and help you and support you in your endeavor in that case.
Joyful, that's the right word for it. I'm a relatively new parent, so this is my first celebration of learning that I came to, so I really didn't know what to expect.
I'm also seeing that students are able to match up with their career aspirations. I have students who are a part of the computer science subject group and who are a part of the coding group. So they are learning how coding needs to be taught in schools and for what reason. Then there are all these students who are taking up science, and by teaching science to other children, their concepts are getting strengthened. So I see like a 360-degree learning approach here, and the results are very, very heartening.
Every day is a learning, and what have I learned from the students is, like I said, they dare to think differently, they dare to dream big, and they chase their dreams. So I think that's a learning for me, that fear not and just chase your dreams.